What's going on, guys? T Blake here. I am very sweaty, which means that we have been doing work. The house that I'm in the midst of purchasing went through today, so I got a lot of stuff to sign. We're gonna get that all together, but that is not the point of this video. And I want to do this again. Like, I would love to do this with some great graphics, but we're all about trickle-down economics right now, the Trump era and old Reagan era's economics thing. And I thought there was such a unique parallel between that idea and the trickle-down theory of sneaker releases. So today we're gonna be looking at two off-white sneaker releases to kind of explain what I mean. So here we are, we have the off-white Presto that's coming out August 3rd and the off-white UNC, which already came out. If you guys saw last week, I had these a little bit early. This is the last pair I have. I saved it for the video just so we could do it. But trickle down, so you look at how Nike uses key collaborations and collaborators. As a matter of fact, we have one right here as well, the acronym Flyknit Vapor Mach. Nike basically will put some energy with a collaborator up at the top to then build out their product line. So you'll notice, especially with these projects, you might see the NRG label attached to the products. NRG, energy release, an energy release that gets people excited and it keeps people up at the top of the food chain, kind of dictating taste all the way down. So if you think about us, people watching this video, we're the top 1%ers for sneaker people. Today, Nike dropped the black Presto on Nike sneakers. If you cop, let me know. I grabbed a random size 7. I couldn't get my size and then went back and got one, so that was nice. But we're up at the top of the food chain. We copped that one. Normal consumers not getting it, but they see that release and then they walk in the store, they buy a Presto. They see that acronym release that they couldn't get on sneakers and they walk into Finish Line and they buy just a normal Flyknit Mach. How do we know this works? Well, there's a lot of sales data around it. You can even look at StockX numbers of the top selling units at Finish Line, other places. You can just go on their site, the data's right there. You can sort by top selling. Another example of this is people didn't buy the Ultra Boost, but they bought a core running trainer, 24/7 trainer. Like 800-900 pairs of them sold recently this past week on Kicks Under Cost. It looks like the Ultra Boost. It's not the Ultra Boost, but that consumer, again, that top echelon that we are, where we're saying this is cool or this is dead, there's like that catch-up time into it, and that's really what Nike is banking on when they put a lot of time, money, and energy into marketing collaborations like the off-white sneaker. Now, it's not just Nike that does this. If you look back at the Adidas NMD, the Human Race NMD, that yellow one initially, look at the prices where that one is compared to the ones now, right? So they entered in with something very limited, something to get a buzz, to generate energy. So they entered the market with a bang, and then they slowly diffused the Pharrell line all the way down to the tennis Human Race sneaker that we see now for like 40 bucks on Finish Line. I'm saying Finish Line a lot. This is not a sponsored video. I don't know, just whatever, Foot Locker. The point is, though, is that when you think about whether it's Reaganomics or Sneakernomics, we, the sneakerhead influencer space, right? And that's not me calling myself an influencer. I'm talking about you guys that are up on every release date, knowing what's coming out, knowing the models, that sort of thing. We're the top of the food chain, and we're being fed these products from Nike to trickle down the hype to the average consumer, where they're posting and purchasing evergreen products, right? So that basic Flyknit trainer that we talked about, now they're purchasing that from Finish Line, but they saw a tastemaker or their friend that's into sneakers get them, and they're looking for that comparable option. And that's why it makes so much sense for Nike to pour money into releases like the Off-White. So what does this mean? Well, you can look at some of the product line for Off-White coming out for the rest of the year. They are obviously making a push on Nike Soccer especially. So you're going to keep seeing that entry-level hype release and then the trickle down to build out the release. The top 10, they're even doing this with their own collaborations, right? So the first top 10 Off-White sneaks, very, very limited. Comparatively, stores were getting maybe 100 pairs of these per door. This time around 500 pairs per door. So you can see that they're even using that hype method to scale up production and make the most out of this Virgil collection. So it works both ways, whether it's pushing a huge collaboration line from the top down or pushing that initial hyped up drop like the Element Runner that we saw from Nike and then building it down. That's really what it's all about, and it translates to more sales for Nike. So while we're saying that it's dead or the colorways are overdone, don't forget that those sneakers that we're saying suck or those sneakers that aren't worth it are still going to land on that top selling page for some of the mall stores that drive a lot of Nike traffic. So congrats on being an influencer in your own right, and let me know what you guys think about the Off-White collection and whether or not it's gotten to the dilution part yet. I don't think we're there. Obviously, even though these Prestos, they made a lot more of them, we're still seeing resale. I can't imagine going a bit under $500 a pair. That'd be like a desperate price. Like I'd buy a bunch right now if I could get them for that cheap. So we're not quite there yet, but it is cool to think about that trickle-down theory as it pertains to sneaker releases. Now, I'd love to do this topic again. This is like the end. with cool animations and graphics. It's out of my wheelhouse, but if you're someone that does that, we could really do a cool business video and flesh it out and make it super cool and easy to explain. I just had this thought in the car today about so many parallels between how Nike and companies do their marketing and how the government also does that kind of rhetoric. So some cool stuff, I guess, cool for me. That's why I'm making the video. But T Blake signing out. Catch you guys soon. Peace.